Thank you and welcome to the Moody Center in Austin, Texas for the renewal of one of college sports all-time rivalries, 226 meeting between Texas and A&M. Tom Hart alongside Dane Bradshaw. A&M is coming off of a clutch win.
For A&M is where the game must be won for Texas. They got to have their best rebounding game of the year.
A throwaway. Jordan Pope finds it, reverses, and it's taken off the window. Rodney Terry insisted that should have been goaltending.
Well, because they did not call a goaltend, they cannot review the ending. Live ball turnover. You think easy two for Pope. And we'll see as he reverses on the other end of the glass. And there comes
a team that is 4-2 in the SEC, but they were sloppy in the midweek win against Ole Miss. They turned it over 20 times in that game. They are not a good shooting team. They are worse in the SEC in every shot metric. Solomon Washington with the mid-range. They make up for that as Jason Kent is making his first start as a Longhorn, number 25 in white, transferred over from Indiana State. Arthur Kaluma is out with a bothersome knee injury. Here's Trey Johnson, the super freshman, is able to convert at Reed Arena, and he's hoping to bounce back from that. He was just 2 for 13, including 0 for 5 from deep. Here's Phelps, second in the SEC in scoring in conference games behind Mark Sears of Bama, and Phelps, they do not. Carter on the back cut, covered up. Here's Obaseki. And he tries to get through traffic, and he banked it in. Finishes with the flex.
I mean, these guys do such a good job of just lowering their shoulder
offensively, and they shoot with a confidence that belies the stats on the season.
Multiple shots.
In over 3 minutes since the Longhorns have scored, they are just 1 for 7 from the floor this afternoon. Here's Johnson. Gives it up to Larry. He's a pass-first point guard, but puts this one up and in.
I think he can look for his shot more. He's a good shooter.
Wade Taylor not on the floor right now. He's been their leader since he stepped on campus, especially on the offensive end. He's ready to check in at the next dead ball. Johnson's got parking lot range and efficient from the midi, and he knocks that one down after the pump fake on the perimeter.
Yeah, but I think he likes the handicap spot better. I mean, the closer he gets, the better. He loves that mid-range.
You're supposed to have a hang tag for that, Dane. You almost got towed today. Carter, corner three.
Well, that's a big shot by Carter because
Devon Pryor's seen some run here in the first half, 22 in white. Johnson's entry pass was nearly thrown away. Shedrick working on Payne. Shot clock late. Pryor. Back-to-back middies for Texas. And the Longhorns are heating up. They've made 4 field goals, 3 of them from mid-range. Here's Payne. Baseline drive and left it short, followed his own miss. Pharrell Payne with his first bucket.
And that's
going to come in anytime soon. He had a calf injury in the Florida game, and that turned into a knee issue. Jason Kent, the 4th. Taylor had a 21-game double-digit scoring streak snapped in the Ole Miss win. Obaseki was the hero there, and he cashes in again. Another blood drive. Here's a drive by Pharrell Payne. Tried to hammer it home, and he got rejected at the rim. This game inside the arc is not for the meek.
No, it has been an absolute block party. Onyema earlier, you saw his athleticism when he missed that foul to have denied by Onyema.
Here's Obaseki, top of the key. Got it! Once again, he might be the poster child in tournament history. Is a 3 seed. They accomplished that twice, most recently under Billy Kennedy. Right now, Lenardi's got him as a 4 seed, but playing in the loaded SEC, they could make some noise. Pope got a bump and still got it in.
You're not going to see a lot of assists in this game. That's 2 assists on 7 made baskets for A&M, 2 for 6 on Texas as well.
Beautiful rotation from Wade Taylor, the 4th, who didn't hit a 3 in the last game. Dribbled it off of his foot, and a Texas turnover, only the 2nd of the game. Taylor step back, looking for back-to-back. Got it! And a shout to the crowd. Timeout taken by Rodney Terry after Wade Taylor, the 4th. come from 3. He is a three-point specialist. Pope helped on Payne. Now he doubles down. Skip pass. They get it into the corner. They got Texas in the rotation, and it's buried. That's something that Texas worked on this morning, and the thought was that will be a non-shooter in the corner, and it really is. Jace Carter just 25% from 3 on the year. He already has 2 today.
And that was a guy averaged 16 at Illinois Chicago a couple years back. Hasn't found his stroke in College Station, but you wouldn't know it based on today's game.
Reverse it in for Caden Shedrick. Have a chance for a three-point play. Both shoulders. 6th year of college basketball for Shedrick.
He quickly said Shedrick.
Here's Taylor. Pounded by Pope. Garcia got free. Coleman shuffles it to Hefner. Trey Johnson's had a quiet game so far. He only has 4 points in the first 11.5 minutes. Waiting on the right wing. Shedrick gathers in traffic, surrounded by Maroon. Shuffled now to Mark. Got it. Texas is working really hard to try and get this thing down to single digits. Anderson Garcia. Who is this A&M team? Red hot into the season for the Aggies. Coleman, no. Trey Johnson brings it across. He's going to try to take it himself. Off the glass and in.
Really nice job getting all the way to the, not from 2 and from the free throw line. And play the percentages. A&M 6 of 11 from deep right now.
Wiltshire buries it. He had Trey Johnson in his face. But that is why he's here.
Well,
I don't know who invaded this A&M team, but if they can shoot even at 70% of this semblance, they're going to be a team to be reckoned with. Hefner takes it on and ended up winning on the road against Chris Beard's squad. By the way, Texas goes to Oxford midweek. We'll be there for that one on Wednesday night. Obaseki downhill, got a whistle. Will they count it? Pat Adams says yes. And Manny Obaseki, 7 of 13 from deep for 54%. Obaseki misses what would have been a three-point play. Coach Crean said it. There's an offensive rebound for Payne, but A&M unable to catch. In Ibroom, he said he looked around the building. He said, I have a feeling with you guys here and with this crowd here that he's going to be on the floor tonight. Wouldn't that be something? Here's Coleman to Phelps. Shot clock late. Cash money. Zurich, Phelps, and A&M on a 10-0 for A&M in any game. Denial inside. Great work by Onyema.
they got to push now. They've been coming up against a set defense far too much in this game.
Shedrick for 3. That's only his second made 3 of the pass. There's Shedrick again, impacting this game for the good for the Horns. Trey Johnson gives it right back to Larry. Nice pass through traffic and efficient finish for Onyema.
Well, 5-0 run for Texas.
Of the game for the Aggies.
That is a great description. It is so deflating when the key to your game plan was finish possessions, make them be one and done, and you come up short.
Obaseki able to slice down the lane. A dozen in the first half for Manny Obaseki. That's 5 more than his season average.
13-0 in second chance points in favor of the Aggies. That is where the game is being won.
Longhorns are going to wait. Nearly a 3-second difference in the game clock and shot clock. Larry to the elbow. Couldn't get it to Johnson. Has nowhere to go. Pivots and gives it up with 1 second. I don't think they got it off, and it'll be a shot clock violation, second of the game for the Longhorns. This is
2.3. You're right.
You think they should have spent another 4 minutes at the monitor?
No, that was a waste of time. We shouldn't have reviewed that at all.
Obaseki made it close, and well, not much has been close in this one.
There yet again, they're able to get the ball, and you do have a Texas team that can get hot themselves, so they can just find a way to get this thing to single digits.
Pope banks it in.
At first half, it's not just the bigs. These guards got to get physical. These are some good offensive guards, but defensively they must be better.
Little floater good. Zurich Phelps has 7. That was the second personal foul a moment ago on Jason Kent. One thing that A&M can absolutely do in this time and score situation, even though we just started the second half, is they can bleed the clock.
Well, and the other thing they...
Oh, that's a good look.
Cut.
Jam for Jason Kent in his 136th career game in college basketball after transferring in from Indiana State. Hefner for 3. And again, A&M taking advantage for the year. Grew up in Van Alstyne, Texas. Here's Wade Taylor with the takeaway. And he just tees it up and knocks it right down.
He is looking like you better have a sense of urgency.
Veteran versus rookie. Trey Johnson fouled by Wade Taylor. That's a second on Taylor.
With their play, but the chemistry off the court.
About to take on the 17th ranked Lady Vols. Johnson knocks him
corner. It's just so hard to even complete a pass against him.
The step through for Shedrick, and he gives it up. Solomon Washington didn't play much in the first half. Beautiful no-look pass and a flush by Shedrick. Here's Henry Coleman III, rejected by Kent. Texas has shown some life here in the last couple minutes in the series. There was a technical foul, unsportsmanlike technical foul issued to Henry Coleman III. There's something he said at the end of the play. We didn't get the technical, but we got Buzz telling Henry exactly how he felt about it. So Trey Johnson knock it down. We still haven't seen Tremont Mark in the second half for Texas. Devon Pryor's got another bucket. It's an 8-0 Texas.
Great looks. A&M slow this thing down. Get a quality look. They didn't rush there on that offensive rebound opportunity.
Beautiful feed and flush. Pharrell Payne.
Typically, if that ball screen worked, see if you can get them on it again.
10 of the Aggies' 21 field goals have been threes. Power move inside off the glass. He's a difference maker when he's on. 6 for Payne.
Hold down low.
Johnson very rarely uses the screen. Here's Shedrick, gives it right back to him. And he knocks it down. Is that, you think, because he... Yep.
I agree.
Looked like Onyema took a shot to the eye on the defensive end. Fade away. 2, and Trey Johnson going to the line.
In his comfort zone right there.
One more comment, giving the Lakers 25 points and 12 boards a game. Looking for an open shooter. There he nearly walked with it, and he finds Onyema, and he's fouled. Zarek Onyema going to the free throw line to open up a double-digit A&M advantage. Kent.
It's tough to officiate, but the freedom of movement's important. And as you talked about before, making sure this league in particular is prepared for NCAA tournament officiating.
Here's Manny Obaseki, tried to dance with it, and then they get Trey Johnson.
Texas from the free throw line, but just 1 of 2.
They are last in the league in free throw. One
out with that injury as well.
Good point. Haven't seen Arthur Kaluma the entire game. Trey Johnson. Whoa, that was a shove. Solomon Washington goes all the way to the hardwood. A 3 and a whistle and a chance for 4. Tremont Marks.
Tom, that's going to start with this screen right here. That is not a legal screen. You can't run your man with the forearms out like that, and it becomes what could be a 4-point play. I mean, Onyema very fit, yet that happens to me.
Tremont Mark has 12 to make it a game. Here's Mark downhill, reverses, and a foul falls out. Shedrick fouled on the second follow-up.
Coach, once they hit a certain threshold of success where they can move a 5 for Texas has been on the court together. I'm not sure they have. I mean, when you got Kaluma out, you got Pope.
Phelps got a half step on Mark. Rejected by Mark. Shot clock at 1. Taylor for 3. Got it! And he tries to hush the crowd after a huge... Solomon Washington back on the floor after turning his ankle. Shot clock at 5. Here's Washington. Spins. Contested and got it.
I love that from Washington because he could have taken the 3. It was another one of those short closeouts.
Here's Kent. Puts it on the floor. And got rejected after leaning into Pharrell Payne.
A clean block off A&M. I'm not sure anybody from Texas touched it. Here's the block. And that should be Texas.
Larry trying to stay in front of him. Great defensive effort. But Wade Taylor makes him pay regardless. They rule it a 3. They're going to take another look at that at the next time out. His toe may have been on the line.
He's just a guy that you can have good defense and better offense from number 4 sometimes. Unguardable.
Johnson working on Washington. And he takes tough shots. He's got a team high 18. Pardon me, 17 for Johnson. Taylor picked up by Shedrick and whistles it out of bounds. What was that? That should be a technical. A&M had 6 on the floor.
Yeah, Wade Taylor tried to hustle off afterwards. You're right.
Yeah, this Wade Taylor leaving at midcourt.
He looked like a offensive or defensive lineman trying to get off in time. Be 2 now. Wade Taylor forces a pass. Really an ill-advised turnover, and then doesn't get off the court there.
16 on the glass. It's been a huge difference in this game. Here's Trey Johnson, guarded by Coleman. Step back 3. Got it! 5 in a row for the freshman Trey Johnson. Here's Tremont Mark. Trey Johnson has had a magnificent second half, 16 points since the intermission. Gets to the baseline on Carter, gets him in the air, and he's going to...
Probably the most unique cover in the SEC in terms of...
He's got a game high, 20. Phelps and Taylor are the scoring threats for A&M. Taylor calling out the play off the ball. A whistle. And he misses the front end. 9-0. Phelps lies at wait. Johnson directs traffic. Crosses over to the logo. Rebounded by Texas, and Kent fouled on the way up. Jason was born here in Austin. And the former Sycamore. And he missed a handful of games earlier this season with a wrist injury. Back to provide depth. 1 of 2 from Shedrick trying to stop Payne. And got whistled for the foul. It's a second on Caden Shedrick.
Yeah, that's a really tough spot for Shedrick because
one of 2.
correct. Yeah, they usually take away that hammer. Missed opportunity.
Back to Carter, shot clock at 9. And now Phelps from the Taylor screen. 1-on-1. Phelps working on Johnson. Lost his footing. Another hook. And a follow tip from Coleman.
Phelps just kept penetrating. Put up a wild shot, but he did draw an extra defender, leading to an offensive rebound opportunity on the backside.
Larry picks up his dribble. Here's Mark. Larry has nowhere to go. Mark to Trey Johnson. Gathers and guns. Got it! Trey Johnson hits the triple. We've got a timeout. Free throw line. I mean, Cooper Flagg in November, December is not the same guy he is now for Duke, as one example, the most prominent.
Yep.
Here's Garcia, will hold. They're going to run some clock, get it under 2 minutes. Nursing a 4-point advantage. A&M won at the buzzer practically on Wednesday night. They didn't lead until there were 13 seconds left in the game. Phelps crossover, tried to bank it. Offensive rebound, Garcia. He was the best in the country at it last year, and he gives the Aggies a 6-point cushion. Johnson guarded by Phelps. Gets it back on a handoff. Here's Tremont Mark going baseline. Wow, tough shot.
Texas is going to deny Wade Taylor the ball. And if Phelps can get it, try to create a switch. Last time they had Shedrick guarding Phelps. That's advantage A&M because you also have a mismatch on the offensive rebounding side when the guard's having to try to guard Garcia.
Buzz is trying to send a play in, and Wade Taylor is on the wrong side of the floor. 10 on the shot clock. Phelps rebounded by Tremont Mark.
Yeah, they never got the switch, which hurts their offensive rebounding too.
Kent finds Johnson for three. Got it! We've got a 1-point game. 30-burger Trey Johnson. Wade Taylor the fourth. Guarded by Larry. It's deep. Fadeaway blocked. And a loose ball collected by the Horns. Shot clock is off. Longhorns are looking for their first lead of the game. Here's Trey Johnson. Got a 30-point game going. Guarded by Zurich Phelps. Shot clock is off. He gets a screen from Shedrick, but ignores it. Gives it up to Larry. Clock is at 7. Here's Mark. Had a game winner last year against them. Off the window and in! Tremont Mark gives Texas its first lead of the game. Wade Taylor across midcourt. Off the rim! Texas comes from 22 down, and the Longhorns win against their rivals 70-69. This is a win that will reverberate all the way through Selection Sunday for Texas.
Well, we knew somebody besides Trey Johnson was going to have to make a big bucket down the stretch. I didn't know it would be the game winner, but Tremont Mark, strong side with his left hand as they denied Johnson the ball. As soon as he gave it up, they said, "You're not getting it back." But when you have a second scorer, a guy that has played every role in his life, at Houston he was a supporting cast. He was a star at Arkansas, supporting role here. He says, "I'll do whatever the team needs." And the team needed a hero, and Tremont Mark said, "I'm your guy."
Wade Taylor got a look, and when the ball is in his hands, you never doubt it. The Longhorns go on a 7-0 run over the final minute 20.